Ever accidentally hit reply all on an email
Yeah.
and then, like, spent the rest of the day cringing?
Oh, yeah, we've all been there.
It's like a digital foot and mouth moment. But it got me thinking, right, about self-awareness.
Totally. And how crucial it is, even in those seemingly small moments.
Right. And you know what? Speaking of crucial, our listeners sent in some seriously insightful tips for building self-awareness. And, well, we're diving into those today.
Let's do it. This is going to be good.
All right. So first up, we've got reflect regularly. Sounds simple enough on paper, but, like, how do we actually make that a habit?
It's like anything else, consistency is key. But the good news is it doesn't have to be this big, complicated thing. Even just taking like 5 minutes at the end of your day, just to kind of hit pause and check in with
Let
yourself.
it fix stop it.
Exactly. Like, how am I feeling right now? What went well today? What could have gone better and why? It's about understanding those whys.
The why behind the what.
Yes. And that leads perfectly into our next tip. Pay attention to your triggers.
Okay, now see, that one always sounds a little intense to me. Like
Yeah.
I'm about to disarm a bomb or something.
Huh, I get that. But think of triggers less like landmines, more like those little notification flags on your phone. They're signals, just letting you know, hey, something's up here.
Okay, I like that. So instead of freaking out when we hit a trigger, we can actually use it as information.
Exactly. Let's say you get super frustrated when someone interrupts you, right? Instead of just going with that initial, oh, I'm so impatient reaction, dig a little deeper. Like, why is being interrupted so annoying? Is it because you feel unheard? Once you know the why behind the trigger, you can start to respond in a more, skillful way.
It's like leveling up your emotional intelligence, basically. All right, so next up we have ask for feedback. Now, this one always makes me feel a little vulnerable, you know?
Oh, for sure. It can be tough to put yourself out there like that. But the key here, I think, is being specific. Instead of just a general, how am I doing? Try focusing on a particular situation or skill.
Like, how did my presentation land? Not just, how am I doing as a human being?
Exactly. What resonated? What could be clearer? People are way more likely to give you helpful feedback when they know exactly what to focus on.
It's like giving them a roadmap instead of just saying, tell me everything. Okay, onto a topic that might seem a bit more new agey. Practice mindfulness. I'll be honest, this one sometimes feels a bit vague to me. Like, how does sitting cross-legged and, like, emptying my mind actually help with self-awareness?
Yeah, mindfulness can definitely get a bad rap for being a little too out there, but at its core, it's really just about being present, like right here, right now, noticing your thoughts and feelings without getting swept away by them.
It's like hitting the pause button on your internal monologue for a second.
Yes, exactly. So instead of being totally consumed by that anxiety spiral, you can observe it. Okay, my heart's racing, I'm feeling a bit overwhelmed. That space between you and your emotions, that's where the magic of self-awareness really kicks in.
It's like, you're not your thoughts and feelings. You're the one experiencing them. Okay, I'm starting to get it now.
See, you're a natural.
Last but not least, we have keep a journal. I feel like this one kind of ties everything together, right?
Totally. Think of your journal as your own personal self-awareness toolkit.
I like that.
It's a space where you can do all of those things we've been talking about. Reflect on your day, identify your triggers, process feedback, all of it. It's like a laboratory for self-discovery.
And the best part is there's no right or wrong way to do it.
Yeah.
You can write, doodle, make lists, whatever works for you.
Exactly. The important thing is to just show up consistently and be honest with yourself on the page.
So we've covered a lot of ground here today. From understanding our triggers to practicing mindfulness, it all comes back to taking that time for self-reflection.
And remember, self-awareness isn't about being perfect. It's about being curious. Approaching yourself with kindness and understanding. The journey itself, that's where the real growth happens.
So true. You've given us so much to think about today. If there's one thing to take away from this whole deep dive, it's that self-awareness is an ongoing process, not a destination. So what one small step can you take today to cultivate a deeper understanding of yourself? That's something to reflect on.